All right, everybody, we've just clocked over to 3 o'clock. I'm going to formally commence now. So hello, everybody. Our time is 3 p.m. at our afternoon session with a welcome to country. I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we live, work and learn. I pay my respects to the First Nations people and their elders past, present and future. I am Zoe Allen. I am an Associate Learning Designer for LDI and I am your facilitator and your timekeeper for our sessions this afternoon as we talk about educational technology. We have 90-minute session this afternoon and we have 4 presentations with each presenter having 15-minute sessions, and I will advise you all when we're about 1 minute out. If you have any questions, please do not ask them directly. If you can copy them and pop them into the chat in our Zoom session, our presenters will have time at the end to answer those questions. Now, let's get started. Our very first speaker this afternoon is Zheng, and I would like to hand the floor over to you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. May I share my screen?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, yeah. Is everyone can see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see it, but it's not in presenter mode at the moment, but it's okay.
Okay.
We can still see the screen.
Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, very good.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chen from School of Economics, Finance and Property at Curtin University. First of all, I would like to thank the conference organizer, CQ University, to give me this opportunity to present our paper at the 2020 Scholarship of Tertiary Teaching online conference. This paper co-authored with Mohammadi from School of Management at Curtin University. The topic I'm going to present today is the impact of Intelligent Remote Invigilation System on student performance. As we know, in the traditional pen and paper exams, we used to employ face-to-face or in-person invigilated assessment. However, due to the impact of COVID-19, a large number of assessments in the higher education sector has been transferred to online tests or exams. So one of the biggest challenges posed to many universities in Australia is how to ensure students are submitting their own work and actually sitting internet-based tests themselves. So ARIS is a acronym of the Intelligent Remote Invigilation System used by pilot universities in Australia to remotely invigilate assessment to ensure that students are not breaching academic integrity standards when they are taking online tests and exams. Curtin University has been using and developing ARIS since 2017. Regular student surveys suggest that students generally become comfortable with ARIS once they have used it, and they value the ability to take tests remotely. Actually, ARIS helps ensure the integrity and fairness of the assessment for all students. So first the question is, what is ARIS? ARIS, or Intelligent Remote Invigilation System, is computer. Sorry, I can't see the screen. Okay, so ARIS is an intelligent remote invigilation system. That is a computer program that can record audio, video, and the screen of students' work environment during online tests and flag behavior that may show academic dishonesty. So in order to use ARIS, students must have a functioning microphone and webcam, and recording of sound and video must be enabled and not abstracted at any time. Students also need to download the latest version of free Google Chrome browser because ARIS use a Google Chrome browser plugin or extension to access students' webcam, microphone, and screen. During an online test or exam, ARIS records the audio signal from the student's computer microphone, video signal from their webcam, and take successive screenshots of what the student is seeing on their computer screen. Facial markers are identified and checked to determine the orientation of student's head and eyes during the test. ARIS analysis the recorded information and flags behavior that may indicate unusual behavior and potential academic dishonesty. As a part of the invigilation process, ARIS will take a screen capture of student ID to ensure the person taking the test is a person that should be sitting it and reduce the risk of cheating. Staff members can view a particular invigilated assessment or student record in ARIS. For example, a staff can view summary or view full report to make a decision on breach of academic integrity by a student. The summary and full report are available to download in Excel file or in CSV file. Staff also can add notes to the record. So this note could include the comments related to observation made by tutor or unit coordinator in relation to suspicion of breach of academic integrity or other anomalous behavior or patterns noted. So these notes could be crucial in terms of taking disciplinary actions against those students later. In addition, there could be several reasons behind the not authenticated status of a record, including low picture quality of students' photo ID, a failure of video setup on user's computer, or actual suspicion of a breach of academic integrity. So all records with no authenticated status should be reviewed by responsible or relevant staff members and manually authenticate the user or student. Another characteristic of ARIS is that student data is protected and kept securely in the same manner as all other assessment data at Curtin University. Recordings are stored for a time period that is sufficient in case investigation for misconduct is required. Recordings are then deleted from Curtin servers. So the recording is reviewed to ensure assessment integrity and is not used for or made available for any other purpose. Okay, so basically the recording will be stored in the system as long as 7 years. So some background about this study. So this study employs the unit of international finance offered by the School of Economic Finance and Property at Curtin University as an experiment or as a laboratory. So we focused on mid-semester test during the most recent 2 semesters, semester 1 and semester 2 to 2020. So in semester 1, we were not using ARIS, but in the current semester, semester 2, we are using ARIS throughout the Bentley campus, our main campus in Perth, and all offshore campuses. We collect the data, student data, like their grade on mid-semester text data from Blackboard Grade Center. In spite of potential benefits associated with remote invigilation system, so for example, reduce the staff workload, enhance academic integrity, or convenient study location, it is still unclear whether online invigilation platform will influence students' performance. So this study aims to fill this gap by examining the impact of ARIS adoption on students' mid-semester test performance. So as mentioned earlier, ARIS basically is a cloud-based platform that utilizes machine learning to monitor students during online examination and e-test. We are particularly interested in the comparison of performance between paper exams with in-person invigilators in semester 1 2020 and e-exams in which IRIS is used as an online invigilation tool in semester 2 2020. So here are the preliminary results. So basically, I divide the result into two sessions. One is the preliminary result for full sample. That full sample includes semester 1 and semester 2. So you can see from the table, we've got 790 observations. That means totally we have 790 students who sitting the mid-semester test. So the mean score, the total mark for the mid-semester is 25, and the mean or the average of the score is 19.55. The lowest score is 3.2, and the highest is 25. Also, I split the sample into two periods, that's semester 1 2020, semester 2 2020. So you can see in this case, for semester 1 2020, we have got 412 observations. That means number of students. And the lowest mark is 9 and highest mark 25. So the average mark or average score, that's 20.71. Compared to semester 1 grade, so you can see from semester 2, we have got a little bit smaller observation number, like 378. So probably it's because due to the the impact of COVID-19. So the number of students there is has a decline actually. So the mean value or the average score is 18.29, but the lowest is much lower than then the average is used in semester 1. So you can see that the 3.2 is about 1/3 of the lowest score in semester 1. And the highest is 25. So from this preliminary result, we can see that after introduction of the errors, the student perform worse than before the errors is introduced. Okay, so this is just a preliminary result of findings. So that after introduction of errors, students' grade on missed semester test are lower than it was prior to the adoption of errors. So in future study, we will dig deeper and explore the potential reasons for this finding. So for example, is it because errors has actually reduced the risk of cheating, or because students feel stressful when using errors to see their assessment, or because of technical issues such as students didn't follow the instruction carefully to set up and use errors properly. We will expand our study by including more control variables in our regression model and extend the time period to include more data and validate our results. The contribution of this research, basically study complements the existing literature on online assessment and adds to the broad research and the considerable debate on the benefit and cost of the use of technology in higher education. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation.
Well done, Zheng. You did that in record timing. Thank you very much.